All right, guys, if you have a dog that's struggling taking food in training or won't take food at all, today I'm going to show you some ways that you can still get your training in, specifically teaching your dog how to sit, how to down, and how to come on command using a leash and a training collar. We're using a Fur Saver training collar today. There are a couple rules to this, all right? So rule number one, you can't stress your dog out, okay? There's going to be a little bit of stress involved in any training, whether you're training with food or without food, but we want to keep that stress as low as possible. So the way we're going to do that when we're not able to use food rewards in training is we're going to keep our repetitions of behavior. Every time we rep out a behavior with him with a leash, that's one repetition. We're going to keep our sessions to 3 to 5 repetitions, max it out at 5, and then once that session's over, we'll take a short walk, something like that. You can do another session, okay? So make sure you're keeping your repetitions lower, shorter repetitions, because we're training a little bit more stressful than without food. So we want to reduce that stress as much as possible in our training session, okay? And then you're going to need to do more repetitions with the leash and training collar than you would with food rewards, because just the way that the dog is being reinforced is a little bit different, okay? If you can tell your dog has zero stress, you can do a little bit more repetitions than the baseline there. But basically the way you're gonna be doing that, take a walk and do some repetitions with your dog throughout your walk. That way it's spread out over a longer time period, not one right after the other, okay? All right, so the way that we are gonna be doing this, we're gonna be holding the leash in specific ways, okay? So I want you to have your right hand in the leash with your thumb through the handle just like this. You're gonna grab a little bit of the extra part of the leash like that, so you have a nice loop in your right hand, because we're gonna be training our dog on the left side of our body. Now, as we're walking with our dog, and just a prerequisite to doing any of this, you need to get some leash pressure work done. So refer to our video on leash pressure work, okay? Because we're using the leash to help us in training. We're also going to be touching the dog at certain places on their body to encourage their body to move as we're wanting them to move, okay? So we have our loop in the leash right here. We start walking with our dog. Once our dog's moving with us on our left side, we're going to take our left hand, grab right below our right hand, and just gently slide down the leash right here. When we're doing that, we're slowing down. And then once we stop, we're gonna gently pull up on that leash just a little bit. And then if the dog is not sitting like he's doing right here, we're basically gonna take this hand, grab short on the leash, and we can do a little pat on the butt to encourage the dog to sit, okay? Come on, Sam. So let's do it again. I got my loop right here with my right hand. That way my left hand's free to work. I just gently slide down the leash right here just like this. Okay, gentle pull up, the dog sits, so I'm gonna reward with physical contact right here. Good. Okay. And then once that repetition's over, I just say, okay. I just back up, I move around, whatever. I'm letting him kind of just hang out freely. Okay, I can reward him by petting him, things like that, before I do another repetition, all right? Now, also with a dog that's not taking food rewards, we do prefer that they start taking food rewards. So we can randomly test that as we're doing our session by offering a food reward, okay? If he's not taking it, we just can toss it to the side. For us, we'll have some chickens come and get that, all right? Or you can put it back in your bait bag. Then we're gonna do another repetition, all right? So we got our loop in the leash right here. We start moving. He should be on our left side of our body. All right, slide down gently. Once you reach right here, you gentle pull up. Okay, if he didn't sit, okay, all we're gonna do is just a gentle tap on the butt. Once he sits, then we're giving him that physical touch reward right here, okay? And that's how we're gonna do repetitions for a sit command. Okay, and again, after every repetition, we're just gonna have some free time. We're just kind of moving around freely. Me backing up and him following me like this helps with leash pressure. It also helps with the come command later, okay? But that's how we're gonna do a sit command. The way we're gonna do a down command is first we're gonna be walking. We're gonna get to our sit position. Notice if he's not right with me, he will be as we start to bring this leash in right here, okay? Then for the down command, all we're gonna do, just gently put the motion downward into the leash as we lay down, okay? And then the other thing is, once he's in a down position, we want to stroke from the head down to the shoulders, all the way down to the butt. That's going to encourage him to lay down, it's also going to be rewarding to him for being down. Okay, then once that's done, we say okay, we start moving around again. Same process as with that sit command. All right, we're just backing up, letting him move to us, letting him be free. We like the wagging tail. We like the happy-go-lucky kind of walk around. Okay, then we just do another repetition. Again, we get to our sit position first if we're going to a down position. Okay, then we're just gently gonna put a little bit of downward motion into that leash right where it meets his collar. Once he lays down like this, we're gonna be petting him from the head all the way down to the butt. Good, good, okay. All right, let's do one more. There we go, good boy, good boy. Also, when he's coming to me and I'm about to start walking forward again, all I'm gonna do to teach him to come to the left side of my body, take my left hand, slide down the leash just like we did with the sit, and just guide him over to my left side just like that. Okay, so that's how we're gonna start teaching him to come to our left side when we're backing up, okay, for a dog that's not taking food rewards. Again, our priority is to get the dog taking food rewards. Good. So notice I just get him into that sit position, and then gentle motion downward into the leash is going to encourage him to go down. But our priority is going to be getting him to take food rewards if we can as we're going through our training. So we're constantly testing for that. As soon as they're starting to take food rewards, got a little excited there for the camera guy, but as soon as they're starting to take food rewards, then we're going to start transitioning to luring and rewarding for positions instead of using the leash, okay? So let's do one more here. We're backing up. If I want him to come to my left side, again, I just start sliding down that leash, guide him to my left side as I start walking forward again. Okay, if I'm gonna do a down, I just do the sit motion right here, okay? And then I just gently motion downward for the down. Good. Okay, now let's say I want to do a come command. All I would do, slack out my leash. Sam, come. Start backing up. Now I take the leash in my hand right here, and I just gently guide him into a sit when he's coming to me. Then we get that reward. Good boy. Then we take our leash just like we did earlier. We guide him to our left side. We start walking again, okay? So this is basically the fundamentals right here of training without food. And if the dog, again, is not taking food the whole time, that's fine, we can do this, but it's lots of repetitions of this, okay? So lots of sessions, lots of repetitions. We want to keep stress as low as possible through this training process. Sam, come. Back up, hand right here. Leash comes over my hand. Just gentle motion upward with the leash. Good, to encourage that sit. Good, then we reward. Then we slide down the leash again, bring him to our left side right here. Very gently, good. We just go from there, okay? So that's what you guys are gonna be doing to train your dog that's not taking food at all, or you're not able to get your dog to take food rewards for training. Your priority is to try and get your dog to take food rewards for training, okay? So you wanna troubleshoot that first, but if all those troubleshooting steps fail, you need to start your training. You start working with your leash, your training collar. Again, we're using a Fur Saver training collar. This is how you're gonna do it. Lots of sessions, repetitions, 3 to 5 reps per session. Incorporate this on your daily walks. You'll start to see it working and being more fluid with your dog as you go through them, okay? So leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel, let us know what future videos you guys need.